Hi guys, I hope you're all very well. Today, well right now, I'm actually gonna go see Upgrade. I feel like everyone's seen this except for me, so I don't feel like I have to explain really what it's about. Not that I really know a lot. I've tried to stay away from as many spoilers as I can. Because this film is a big action film, I feel like a lot of people are just kind of, what I've seen is a lot of people being blown away by the action. So I really haven't heard much people talk about the storyline. All I really know is obviously it's Leigh Whannell's film about a guy that is upgraded, has an upgrade and has some technology like put into him. And that's really all I know. I don't really know anything about the plot. I do know it was filmed in Melbourne in the Docklands in Victoria, Melbourne, Australia. So that's why I was huffing and puffing about the fact that it was not released in Australia until now. Well, in Perth especially. I think it's been out in Melbourne for a couple of days now. So that was a huge bummer for me because obviously I saw Hereditary before a lot of you guys, but yet it didn't work the other way around. Anyway, whatever, it is what it is. I'm very excited to see this film. I think some people were a little bit confused why I was excited to see this film, because they know that I'm not a huge action fan. Obviously I'm a huge Leigh Whannell fan. That is why. And I think it looks cool. It looks interesting. I'm actually going to go see it with Dean today because he is into action films. But I've heard it is amazing. I've heard some really good reviews from it. I'm not really expecting anything because I don't know anything about the storyline. All I know is like the concept behind it. So I'm going to go in completely fresh and I'm really excited just to have like fun with this film. So let's go. Let's go see Upgrade. A little bit late, but here we go. Hi guys, I just finished watching Upgrade. Well, we did. Dean's just getting Nando's. Do you guys have Nando's in America? Question. You who are in America, I know you have it in the UK. Anyway, Upgrade. What a film! That was not giving it justice by giving that starting, but I was very, very impressed with that film. For a number of reasons, but I just want to get into first, I did go in it completely blind, so if you're thinking about maybe doing that, I would totally recommend it. And I will be talking a little bit about the storyline. No giveaways, no spoilers, don't worry, I don't do that without telling you, but I just wanted to give you that extra chance now. So going on, the film is about a man called Gray, and he gets into an accident with his wife, and from there he becomes a paraplegic, and then he's given this opportunity to have this bug implanted into his spinal cord so he's able to walk again. But with great power comes great responsibility and things go wild. This film is a horror action sci-fi, and I was really impressed with the fact that it was an action film that made me care about it. I don't normally like action films at all. There's a couple here and there that I'm a fan of, but this film, even though it had like a car chase scene and several fighting scenes, it still didn't feel like an action to me just because you really cared about the characters. And to have empathy for characters in an action film is quite rare for me, so I really enjoyed that aspect. I think that Leigh Whannell just really outdid himself in this film for several reasons. One being the storyline was very simple, but it also worked in multiple ways. I liked the fact that it was set in the future, but it also had the aspect of real people who were kind of battling with themselves about using technology in the future and how it evolves. And I really liked that because you kind of could identify more with those characters. It wasn't like a sci-fi that was way out there. It's kind of like a Black Mirror situation where it's kind of in between, so it's a little bit realistic. a little bit more realistic. But in that, I thought the characters were awesome. I really think that Logan Marshall Green did an amazing job. Really funny though. I have heard a couple of people calling him the poor man's Tom Hardy. Funny enough, I was telling Dean about that on the way to the cinema, and then the people who were sitting in front of us in the cinema kept talking about how he was Tom Hardy. So people can't even tell the difference. But I really liked him. I liked the fact that the wife and a couple of our other characters in there were played by Australians, so I thought that was really great. The film was filmed, I think a majority of it was filmed in Melbourne, if not all of it in the Docklands, which was really interesting because I don't know if you guys have seen it. You'll definitely be able to recognize some like Australian shrubbery with the driving scene, so I thought that was really interesting because to us we're like, is it Australia? Is it not Australia? But Leigh Whannell, the reason he really impressed me in this film is because not only did he make a simple storyline very complex within the emotions of the character, and used an amazing small budget, it's a smallish budget for this film. He also used some really cool techniques that he didn't have to use in this type of film. These are things like the coloring, obviously the red and the blue and the green, they're very, you know, intense in this film, and I get that they are sometimes in sci-fi films, but it was something that he didn't need to do, and he put those extra details on that. Also on that was the movement of the camera. The movement moves with the body sometimes, and then also they just did some really cool stuff with some steady cams and some gimbals and things like that. That was really fucking cool, and it was just things that you didn't need but really gave the film some extra love. And also talking about the acting, I think that they worked really well with the actors to create those functions, those body movements were just insane, and I just loved a lot of it, and it was a really fun ride, and I know a lot of people have been saying that, but I think it was just a really fun but also really compelling ride, and I was just so into his character, Gray, the main character, within the first 20 minutes that I just didn't care what happened in the film. I was so all about it. Some cool things about the film as well, when they go to the apartment and there's all the buzzers there is James Wan is written on one of the buzzers, but also I noticed, and I was really pat myself on the back for this, when he is walking through that apartment block and you can see kind of graffiti everywhere. You can see Billy the puppet, Billy the doll, you know, Saw, which I do believe that James Wan has done on most of his films as well, but I thought that was really cool that I saw it because I normally don't pick up those things. Like, I try to, but I really enjoyed this film. I'm actually going to give it an 8. And before everyone gets down my throat, which a lot of people are down my throat with what I gave Hereditary, that 7.5, this film, I watched it in VMAX, which is like the comfy cinema, and I'm sure you guys saw the clip I showed beforehand. The audience was great. Some points people were clapping. Some of the kills were amazing in this film, and people were just clapping, and I thought that was amazing. It was a good crowd, and it just shows you how much a good crowd can really amplify how you feel about the film. And I don't think it would change how I felt, but I definitely think it didn't distract me. I don't have to justify myself, whatever. I really enjoyed Upgrade is my point. I thought it was awesome. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 because it was so fucking solid in so many ways, and I think if you haven't had a chance to see it and you still can, definitely check it out. I'm a converter to the action horror. Maybe for this one, I don't know. Leigh Whannell, my hat off to you, sir, as always. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you also found it very comforting that I did love this film as much as some of you guys have. Anyway, let me know what you guys thought of this film. I'm sure you all loved it. If you didn't love it, let me know why down below. Don't say shit and don't tell me why. I want to know why. But I'll talk to you guys very soon. Stay spooky. Bye.